firstly see the Trypanosoma gambiense structure to understand the Trypanosoma gambiense concept. Okay, the body is covered by a thin tough membrane called pellicule. It protects the Trypanosoma gambiense. The pellicule is drawn out to form a thin lateral fin-like fold called undulating membrane. A single flagellum arises from a minute granule called basal granule. A large granule called the parabasal granule lies immediately behind the basal granule. A single round and vesicular nucleus is present in the middle of the body and it contains a dot-like nucleolus. Mouth and contractile vacuoles are absent. Cytoplasm is clear, containing a scattered greenish granules called volutin granules. These are the basic to understand the Trypanosoma gambiense. Let's enter into the concept. Trypanosoma is a digenetic intercellular hemoflagellate. Digenetic means it completes its life cycle in two hosts. Primary host is man, secondary host is CC fly. Trypanosoma gambiense causes African sleeping sickness. The body of Trypanosoma is covered by pellicule or periplast. It is stretched out a undulating membrane on one side of the body. The presence of undulating membrane is believed to be useful for swimming in viscous blood. The reserve food is in the form of greenish volutin granules which are present in the cytoplasm. Trypanosoma exhibit polymorphism. That means the occurrence of organism in different forms is called polymorphism. Contractile vacuoles are absent. So, osmoregulatory mechanism is totally absent in Trypanosoma gambiense. The Trypanosoma form occur in both man and CC fly. Primary host is man, secondary host is CC fly. The infection in man take place by the bite of the CC fly. The infective metacyclic form in the salivary glands. The infective metacyclic forms are inoculated in the bloodstream when the fly feeds upon the man's blood. How it is multiplied in man? Let us see. In the blood of man, metacyclic forms develop in a trypanosome form and multiply rapidly by longitudinal binary fission. Asexual reproduction is absent, so it multiply by longitudinal binary fission. As a result of longitudinal binary fission, three kinds of forms are occur, namely long and slender, short and stumpy, and intermediate forms. These here we see long and slender, short and stumpy, intermediate, three forms. So it exhibits polymorphism. In man, Trypanosoma form undergoes its life cycle extracellularly. That means its development take place in the blood plasma and not in the blood cell. Let us see the life cycle in CC fly. The transfer to the CC fly. When the CC fly sucks the blood of infected man, all three forms, these slender, short, stumpy and intermediate forms of Trypanosoma enter into the alimentary canal of the fly along with the blood. Only short and stumpy form undergoes development in the secondary host or vector, that means CC fly, while the other forms die due to the action of digestive juices. First of all, it enters into the midgut. Development takes place in the midgut within the peritropic membrane. Here the parasite transform into long and slender form. These short and stumpy form transfer into long and slender forms and multiply by longitudinal binary fission. By the 15th day, they escape from the peritropic membrane and reaches lumen of the proventriculus and ultimately reaches the salivary glands. The long and slender forms after multiplication in the midgut reaches the salivary glands. Here they transform into Critidia forms with a short body and kinetoplast in front of the nucleus. The critidial form now multiplies in the salivary glands and transform into short stumpy trypnosomes form called metacyclic form. This critidial form is transformed into metacyclic form in salivary gland. These metacyclic forms represent the infective stage to man. The life cycle in CC fly is completed about 20 to 30 days. The time taken for the complete formation of infective form inside the CC fly is about 20 days. CC fly in which the trypnosomes have completed their development cycle remain infective for a period extending up to 185 days. What are the symptoms? Let us see. The bite of the CC fly is followed by itching and irritation near the wound, which is dark red and button-like. While the living in blood, the trypanosoma causes gambia fever. Besides undergoing development in blood plasma, the trypanosomes also invade lymph node and cerebrospinal fluid of central nervous system. When the parasites invade cerebrospinal fluid, they cause a dreadful disease called sleeping sickness. An irregular recurrent fever is the first symptom of this disease. Severe headache, lots of weight, weakness, and increase in pulse rate or other symptoms. The patient enters into a state of coma and ultimately dies. How the Trypanosoma gambiense is controlled? Controlling measures. African sleeping sickness can be prevented by the eradication of the vectors. The vectors are killed by spraying DDT, benzene hexachloride, etc. through aircrafts. However, these DDT, benzene hexachloride are toxic effects to human beings and birds and also so many aquatic animals. Another solution to prevent the disease is destruction of reservoir hosts like antelope. For treatment, drugs like Bayer 205, pentomidine, lomidine, or Toxal are used for treatment and prevention of human infection. Arsenic and antimony compounds like orsamine, millarsen oxide are used for the treatment of sleeping sickness. This is the life cycle of Trypanosoma gambiense.